The R2 coin from South Africa dated 1991 is more than just a small piece of metal. It represents a nation undergoing one of the most significant transitions in modern history. When you hold this coin, you are holding a moment in time, a moment when South Africa was on the edge of major political and social change. In 1991, the country was moving away from decades of apartheid policies, and a new chapter was slowly beginning. This coin tells the story of South Africa's economy, its wildlife heritage, and its identity during a period of transformation. The R2 coin of this era is instantly recognizable by its reverse design featuring the graceful kudu antelope, one of Africa's most iconic animals. The kudu is known for its long, spiraling horns and elegant shape. It symbolizes the natural beauty of South Africa, a country famous for its wildlife reserves and diverse landscapes. The presence of the kudu on the coin reflects the nation's pride in its natural heritage and the importance of wildlife in its culture and tourism industry. On the obverse side of the coin, the design features the South African coat of arms used before 2000. This older coat of arms includes a shield, a lion, a pair of wildebeest, and various symbols representing unity, agriculture, and historical roots. Around the coat of arms is the country's name displayed in multiple languages, which was done to reflect the linguistic diversity of South Africa. The 1991 coins typically show the name Suid Africa in Afrikaans and South Africa in English. The year 1991 is stamped clearly at the bottom, marking its place in history. The R2 coin from this time was made from nickel-plated copper, giving it a silver-like appearance with good durability. It is a round coin with a reeded edge, making it easy to distinguish by touch. The coin's size and weight were designed to make it convenient for daily use, especially during a time when the currency system was still evolving and adapting to the economic conditions of the early 1990s. In terms of historical context, 1991 was a remarkable year for South Africa. The country was in the early stages of dismantling apartheid. Important reforms were underway, political prisoners were being released, and negotiations were beginning to shape the nation's future. This coin circulated in the pockets of people who were experiencing incredible changes, from social reforms to shifts in the political landscape. That makes it not just a monetary unit, but a witness to history. Collectors often appreciate coins like the R2 from 1991 because they come from a transitional period. While the coin does not feature any rare errors or special mint marks that would make it extremely scarce, it still holds value because of its age, condition, and historical significance. For many collectors, South African coins from the late 1980s and early 1990s are fascinating because they reflect the final years of the old political system and the beginning of a new era. When it comes to the coin's value, the 1991 South Africa R2 coin is generally considered common in circulated condition. In worn or average circulated condition, the coin usually sells for around $1 to $3, depending on the buyer and market demand. For collectors in South Africa or those interested in African coinage, it may hold slightly more sentimental value, but financially, circulated pieces remain relatively inexpensive. However, the story changes when the coin is found in better condition. A coin that has been well preserved, with bright surfaces and minimal signs of wear, can be worth $3 to $6. Uncirculated or mint condition coins, those with sharp details, no scratches, and original mint luster, can sell for $8 to $15, sometimes more if the coin is certified by a grading service. Collectors looking for high-quality examples often pay a premium because clean, untouched coins from the early 1990s are harder to find. A coin's value also depends on global metal price trends, collector demand, and the availability of coins from that year. Since the R2 coin from 1991 is no longer produced in this design and has been replaced by newer versions, older pieces are slowly becoming harder to find in pristine condition. This gradual decline in availability can lead to a small increase in value over time, particularly for uncirculated examples. For anyone finding this coin at home, in an old drawer, or inside a family collection, it's worth checking its condition carefully. Look for sharp details on the kudu, clear lettering, and minimal scratches. The better the condition, the higher the value. Even if it is not highly valuable financially, it is still a meaningful keepsake, especially for those interested in South African history. Beyond its monetary value, this coin is a cultural artifact. The use of the kudu symbolizes harmony with nature and pride in national wildlife. The coat of arms reflects the country's political identity before the major reforms of the mid-1990s. The multilingual inscriptions represent the diversity of South African society. Together, these elements show the country's identity during a powerful turning point. For collectors, this coin serves as a reminder of how political and social transformations are often reflected in national currency. Even small coins like this 2 rand hold fragments of a nation's story. They reveal how a country presents itself to the world and how it chooses to preserve its heritage. They show how symbols, animals, and languages are used to express unity and national pride. In essence, the 1991 South Africa 2 rand coin carries more than face value. It carries memories of a nation on the verge of change, the beauty of African wildlife, and a design that captures the identity of South Africa before the dawn of a new era. Whether you are a collector, a historian, or someone who simply enjoys learning about coins, this piece offers a fascinating look into the past. If you have this coin, you have a piece of South African history in your hands. Its value might be modest in financial terms, but its historical and cultural significance is far greater. Coins like this help us remember important moments, understand national stories, and appreciate the artistry and symbolism behind everyday objects.